Prime Minister Imran Khan Thursday said the US was treating Pakistan differently as it had decided that India was its strategic partner. During an interaction with their foreign media here, Imran dwelled on the current Afghan situation, its impact on Pakistan, and the US troop withdrawal. He said in the eyes of the US, Pakistan was left to clean up the strengths of 20 years left in Afghanistan. In the current situation, he said there was no political solution to the Afghan problem. As the Taliban says, as long as Ashraf Ghani remained the president, they will not talk to him. Prime Minister Imran Khan noted that he had tried to persuade the Taliban in a meeting with them in Islamabad 3 or 4 months ago to negotiate with the Afghan government, but they did not seem willing. I think the Afghan government want to call the United States back to Afghanistan, but the latter has been in Afghanistan for 20 years. Now, if the United States is back in Afghanistan, what will it do that it has not done in the last 20 years? We have made it clear that we do not want any US military base in Pakistan. The Americans left Afghanistan in a haste. If they wanted a political settlement, the common sense dictates that you negotiate from a position of strength. The US is now blaming Pakistan when they no longer had any leverage. I think the Americans have decided that India is their strategic partner. Maybe that's why Pakistan is being treated differently. Pakistan is just considered to be useful only in the context of settling his mess. Pakistan's closeness to China, he pointed out, was another reason for the change in the US attitude. The Prime Minister stressed throughout the interaction that Pakistan stood to lose the most from a deteriorating Afghan situation. You ask me whether we are worried. We are definitely worried for the direct impact of descending into a prolonged civil war. The country that will be most affected after Afghanistan will be Pakistan. Prime Minister Imran Khan explained that the Taliban were a Pashtun majority group and hence there would be spillover effect in Pashtun majority areas. He recalled that how it happened in 2003-2004 that the Pashtun areas of Pakistan reacted to what was happening in Afghanistan and Pakistan lost 70,000 people in that because it supported the Americans. So there is likelihood that we will again have problem in our Pashtun areas. Moreover, close to 3 million people have also been internally displaced from the tribal areas. Prime Minister Imran Khan pointed out that Pakistan already housed 3 million registered Afghan refugees with more unaccounted for. Our economy is just recovering. We don't want another inflow of refugees. Any civil war in Afghanistan would also derail Pakistan plans for connectivity with Central Asia and geo-economic agenda, throwing them out the windows. He continued that a nightmare scenario for Pakistan would be a protracted civil war in case the Taliban tried to form an exclusive Afghan government through a military takeover. He then explained that Afghanistan was an ethnically diverse population, so if the Taliban tried to take over and one ethnic group tried to impose itself on the others, it would lead to constant unrest, and that was not what Pakistan wanted. Prime Minister Imran Khan noted again that Pakistan would be affected by the unrest since we have a larger Pashtun population here in Pakistan than in Afghanistan, and they are probably the most xenophobic people on earth. They fight each other normally, but when it is an outside force, they are get together. Pakistan's entry in the US-led war on terror in 2001, he recalled, led to civil war in the tribal areas, and that as a result, the militants organization formed to wage jihad against the Soviet Union turned against Pakistan. Hence, he said it was in Pakistan's interest that there was a political settlement and all factions came together to form a government that represented everyone. Pakistan should work with any government that is selected by the people of Afghanistan. Hence, the PTI government policy is to engage with all the Afghan factions, have no favorites, and have a readiness to work with whichever government comes into power, Imran Khan said. Once President Ashraf Ghani got elected and the Taliban were excluded, it was always going to be a problem from then onward since he insisted they talk to him while they did not recognize him or the election. Now the Afghan government is extremely critical of Pakistan. They think we have some magical power that we will make the Taliban do whatever we want them to do, said Imran Khan. Imran Khan continued that the Afghan government did not realize that Pakistan's leverage was minuscule and diminished since the American withdrawal. He further said it became extremely difficult to persuade the Taliban once the US gave a date for withdrawal and the Afghan government was now blaming Pakistan for the situation. Meanwhile, Chief of Army Staff General Qamar Javed Bajwa Thursday said peace in Afghanistan means peace in Pakistan, adding that Pakistan had no favorites in the ongoing conflict and its sole desire was to help achieve peace and stability there. He was talking to the ambassador of four European countries who called on him at the general headquarters here. Matters of mutual interest, regional security situation including latest situation in Afghanistan and enhanced bilateral cooperation with the European Union came under decision. The envoy included Bernhard Stefan Schlage, Ambassador of Germany, Andreas Ferraris, Ambassador of Italy, William Wouter Pomps, Ambassador of the Netherlands, and Yves Manuel, Acting Ambassador of France. The Chief of Army Staff, General Qamar Javed Bajwa, also said Pakistan valued its relations with the European Union countries and earnestly looking forward toward enhancing mutually beneficial multi-domain relations based on common interest. The visiting dignitaries also appreciated Pakistan's role in regional stability and pledged to play their part for further cooperation with Pakistan at all levels.